You want to move into our next main topic?
Sure. All right. Main topic, the last one, is... All right. I'm trying
Well,
to
you're thinking hard on this one.
I know. It takes a lot. You see smoke coming out.
He's right. You know what? He shouldn't get a pair of EQ.
So I'm just really trying to get to the point where I go to a guitar for a different reason and a different purpose. And I truly believe this is more of like a comment more than it is a question.
Yeah.
Like, how do guitars make you play different? Like, for those of maybe some people out there, you're trying to really get an understanding on why people would buy so many guitars. For instance, like two Tellys have one with a rosewood, one with a maple neck, or why do you have so many different guitars? Why do they make you play a little different? What are some of the benefits of having different guitars?
Yeah. So, So are you asking me, why do I pick different guitars?
I'm saying for anyone in general.
Yeah.
This is for anyone in general. If you want to comment on that, you're more than welcome to.
Okay. So, I think it takes a long time to get to the point to where it happens.
What do you mean by it?
I think where you start noticing the nuance. Like you start getting it. So let me explain that a little bit more.
You sound like a wine snob.
Okay, I sound like a sommelier or however you say it. So I think whenever you start playing, you play an Ibanez with a Floyd Rose floating system, and then you go and you play a Telly, and you can obviously tell the difference, right?
Sure.
Completely different. It might be a different scale length, might be a different whatever. You can tell the difference. But the more you play, and the more you get into this, and the more you start learning about the different sounds you can get out of your guitar, then you start going to a different guitar and you can notice those nuances more and more. Mm-hmm. So I think whenever I first started playing, I was searching for a bunch of guitars because I thought they looked cool. I thought maybe I'll put a high output humbucker in this and I'll put low single coils in this and change it. And I was playing them all the same.
Right.
Like, I didn't get it.
Right.
It took me a long time to get to the point where the guitars would kind of lead me into what I'm playing. And I don't remember whose quote it is, but somebody's quote was, all these guitars have songs in them. Some of them have more songs than others, but you can pick up a guitar and you can feel a song in it. I know that sounds real woo-woo-y, but that's to be a technical term. Woo-woo. A lot of sound effects in this episode, folks. But it sounds woo-woo-y to think that a guitar has songs in it. But I'm telling you, the older I've gotten and the more guitars I've played, the more I've realized, like, this guitar is unique and special, and it makes me do something I would never think of going down this road with this other guitar I've got. Right. It leads me in a path into a sound that I wouldn't go.
You and I have talked about, like, and it sounds simple to say this, but the guitar kind of plays you because... Let's say you walk into a shop. If it's a really good guitar, typically you don't realize you've been playing it for a while.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, there goes 20 minutes.
Yep.
And I didn't even
buy that guitar.
Exactly.
Now.
That's what I did.
Yep.
I mean, I did that with my Telly.
Yep.
With my Bassman.
That's what you got to do.
There were certain moments where I went into a shop and I was like, man, I just had a great time. It took me I didn't even realize I was playing so long.
Yep.
And I was like, on a hunch, I bought it and they turned out great purchases.
Yeah, some of your best guitars you've gotten that way.
But I truly believe the most inspiring gear, they'll just speak to you instantly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a whole different topic. But guitars do make you play completely differently.
Yeah. I think in the beginning they won't.
I think there is a threshold that you have to hit.
Yeah.
You have to get so confident in your skill set and maybe even different types of music, different genres.
Yeah.
Different, going ballads to hard rock.
I will be, and I think it probably depends what music you're playing, because I will be the first one to say that I could probably go and pick up a bunch of high output humbucker guitars. Like if I could go pick up a bunch of EVH guitars or whatever, and I could play through a bunch of them. And yeah, I would hear sound differences in them and feel differences in them, but I probably wouldn't be able to tell as big of a difference as somebody that plays mainly that style all the time.
Sure.
And they could jump from guitar to guitar. for me, for us, we've got these certain styles we kind of go back and forth and play. And the guitars that kind of fit those styles, I think are the ones that I notice the biggest difference in.
Sure.
But yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that the guitars definitely will make you play different.
And really, this is another reason you should show your significant other, whoever, you need all the guitars.
Yep, need all the guitars.
So, but they really do make you play different. I think it's one of the things where it is a total unique experience to you too. Like going person to person, like I don't care about, let's say you're, I think it's a Washburn Paul Stanley guitar.
Right.
Like it does nothing for me personally.
Right.
But it does something for you.
Yep.
So, I think it's totally unique on the person too.
And how many times has somebody been like, dude, this guitar, check it out. How good is this? And you play it and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's gross.
It just depends, like what you're into.
Yeah, it's so interesting. And maybe the guitars are built for the people. You
I
know?
mean, that's kind of the whole idea.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, like, maybe certain guitars, like, you just got to find the right ones, too. It's hard. It's hard picking out guitars. But if you go out there and play enough of them, and if you start finding those nuances by playing more and more, I think you'll definitely notice the guitars will make you play different and lead you down different roads. It's no coincidence that all these guys that have been playing in studios for years and stuff have been swapping out guitars and have a large array of guitars.
Right.
That dude doesn't have 6 guitars with humbuckers. They're all solid bodies because they all sound the same.
Or on the flip side, you could be Brian May and only have one guitar for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and I mean, that guitar sounds great, but I guarantee, maybe not. Maybe he hasn't recorded with anything else, but I'm sure he has.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I'm trying to think.
Man, maybe if he got a new guitar, he would play different. Maybe Brian May needs a new guitar. Can we buy him a new guitar and send it to him?
No, he built that from hand.
I know
Scratch
the story.
parts.
I'll build one by hand. It won't be good.
He'll never play whatever you give him.
It'll play different.
Yeah, that's